I have a really special treat for you guys. We have real Swedes, proper Swedes from Sweden.
God dag allihopa!
Hej!
Och det var inte
Nu ska vi prata svenska. Ja.
Så gillar ni Wranglerstar?
Vi älskar Wranglerstar.
Jättebra program. Det är där vi lär oss så mycket.
Vi älskar Wranglerstar.
Hej, hej!
I wanted to discuss why labeling is so important. In front of us, I have a number of different tomato products, and I am going to ask Cody a couple of questions to see if he can answer them if there are no labels on the top of any of these.
I'm ready.
All right, Cody, your great aunt is coming over, and she has dentures, so she doesn't like anything with seeds. Please get the tomato sauce that doesn't have any seeds in it.
This one.
Bzzz.
Okay, next.
We are going to go ahead and make a pizza. Can you grab the tomato paste?
This one.
Bzzz, that's ketchup.
Next.
We are going to make some chili, and someone doesn't like chipotle in their salsa. I was just going to add some different salsas in. Which salsa should we use? That's a tomato chutney. That is correct, and I think that was just a good guess. What's the other salsa that you see in front of you?
There?
Nope, that's a chutney.
Okay. So the point is, label your canning.
That's right. Now, I actually threw something in that is a little bit of a, kind of a joke. This is actually a pear butter.
Oh.
But it's a little bit different color, but just looking at it, you wouldn't know if it was maybe a green tomato product or, you know, what it is.
Well, the thing that we run into is lots of people, when they come over, they often bring canned goods, and many times they're not labeled. And, you know, once they get put in the pantry, you don't know when they were canned, what year it was, what's in it, and it gets confusing. So.
And also, if somebody knows how to can or not. I mean, it's a food safety issue as well. So I just wanted to say the things that you want to put on top of your can, you want to put the date, including the month and the year. You want to put whether you pressure canned it or hot water bath canned it. You want to put where you got it. If you made it out of the Ball Blue Book, put BBB. If you made it out of So Easy to Preserve, put SETP. So you can have your own little labeling system. You also want to perhaps put if there's any special ingredients. So on this one, it says it's tomato sauce plain with lemon. So you know the acid that was added was lemon to it. So
one thing that I found interesting is when you were going through the Master Food Preserver class, there were some women in there that had been canning long time.
Oh yeah.
40 plus years or so. And many of them, if not all of them, said, I never knew I was doing this wrong. You know, I learned this from my mother, or I learned this from my grandmother, and even though they had been canning for 40 years, they were still doing things that could ultimately have made someone or their family sick. Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct. And fortunately, you know, they had not experienced anyone dying from botulism or something like that, but, you know, clearly you don't want to hit that goal.
Well, I mean, so what is the resource for someone who wants to double check or that has never canned before and wants to get into it?
I would recommend contacting the local extension office. I believe every state has them. They put on classes. They will talk to you about pressure canning.
Local extension office for what?
Like the...
See, I didn't know what a local extension office was until you told me.
Okay. So most states have a university, and it's called the Land Grant University. And part of what the university is to give education to the public. So it's called the Extension Office, and they will teach you how to they'll do master gardening, master food preserving, they do 4-H programs. Their job is to educate the public. And so oftentimes they will have a class on pressure canning. They will check your pressure canning gauges to make sure they're safe, because they want to get at public health issues.
Speaking of unsafe.
This is actually the tomato sauce that I just made from the garden, and I still need to can it. So I just popped it out of the refrigerator, which is why it's cold.
All right. Stay down.
So that's it. only got 3 holders, and clearly I need some more. Especially, I haven't done very much seed saving, but if I do, I will need to. And these are memories of gardening, apparently.
Memories.
But different types of peppers and different tomatoes. You can see I've got a lot of different tomatoes. Different squashes and pumpkins. And some things were a hit this year, and other things were not.
So where's the best place to keep seeds off season?
You want to keep them dry, cool.
Cool, dry place. So basements, someplace in the shade.
Yeah. And oftentimes people keep them in a tin of some sort, so there's no moisture at all that can get to them. At the work bee, a number of people asked for my pickled relish recipe, so here it is. In the discussion box below, I will include the exact recipe, but I just wanted to show you what you needed. You're going to need garlic, cucumbers, and I've got 2 different varieties here. You can use different varieties. Peppers, you can use any type of peppers that you like. Onions, you can use any type of onions that you like. You need 5% acid vinegar. And you can, this recipe calls for apple cider vinegar, but you can use any other type of lemon or lime concentrate or vinegar as long as it's 5% acidity. Pickling salt. And the reason that you want to use pickling salt in particular is that because sometimes salt with iodine will turn your canning ingredients blue. And then you don't know if you have a bacteria or if it's because of the iodine and you're not sure whether you should keep it or throw it away. So it's worth buying particular canning and pickling salt when you're doing that. And then there'll be some sugar and spices. So go ahead and you're going to peel and seed the onions, cucumbers, and peppers. And then once you have them at a dice size that you like, so I like mine rather chunky, so it's rather large, you're going to go ahead and add the salt. The salt will draw all the water out of that, which you want to remove before you do the canning. After 2 hours, go ahead and drain all the excess liquid from the cucumbers, onions, and peppers. Put the vinegar, sugar, water, and spices into a pan and bring it to a boil until the sugar dissolves. Then go ahead and add your vegetables. Let it return to a boil and let it boil for 5 minutes. Are you ready? So after the 5 minutes, you can let it cool a little bit. You can either refrigerate the pickled relish for up to 3 weeks in the refrigerator, or you can go ahead and use the boiling water method and go ahead and put it in half-pint jars, and the rest of the instructions will be in the instruction books, and enjoy your pickle relish.
And we can expect the boiling water instruction next week?
Sure.
So, Bengt, have you ever fired a revolver before?
No, never.
Not a lot of revolvers in Sweden?
No, not a lot.